Hello YouTubies, this is the Scribe and I want to make a response to the 9/11 conspiracy theorists out there. Now, some of them are kind of interesting. I wouldn't actually put them all down, but people have been saying that, these planes crashing into these buildings would not cause any structural damage to the steel because the steel is so strong that it would not be damaged by planes crashing into it. I have problems with that. A lot of problems with that. For instance, I'm made mostly of water, right? And I'm going to show you something in a minute. But these people are saying that a plane, let's listen to this, a plane that's a Boeing 747 that's made mostly of metallic parts, it's probably got steel parts as well, but it's made of a lot of very heavy stuff and it weighs 400 tons and it's traveling at these World Trade Centers at 500 miles per hour or near of, going straight down and crashing into these buildings and suddenly coming to a big halt with inside its structure. That would cause enormous damage because it's not just the weight of the planes, it's also the weight and speed. If you remember what Einstein used to say, E equals mc squared, which is basically saying that the energy is the mass times the velocity squared, which is the speed. So the more speed you travel, the more you weigh, so to speak. So these planes are coming in at more than 400 tons of pressure. They're coming in at millions of tons of pressure when they're hitting these buildings. And that is definitely enough to cause structural damage to any building, no matter what it's made of. Now, people saying, well, how does it actually damage steel? Yeah, steel's very tough. Steel can't be damaged by planes crashing in at sonic speed, at 500 miles per hour. Well, here's something for you. This is a spoon, right? And it's made of stainless steel, right? So it's made of steel. Now, I'm made of mostly water, and I'm made of, fat and, other human particles, nowhere near as strong as a plane. But yet, I can easily bend steel in half. And if I keep on doing this under pressure, I can even, at times, snap it in half. Do you see that? Look, I've snapped it in half, not even at the weakest point. Yeah, and that's steel, right? So what do you think a plane traveling at 500 miles per hour is going to do to a building with steel? It's going to cause structural damage. It would be very easy for it to do that. And plus the fact, the end bit where I've just snapped has warmed up a little bit. Yeah, it's actually increased its temperature in the part where it snapped. Isn't that interesting? And it's not just that. You can actually bend this under pressure in any area if you have enough leverage on it. So, the fact that these, pillars of metal are so long means that these planes had, enormous leverage when they were crashing into it. So they could easily snap metal in half. Easily, and by doing so they could create enormous structural damage. So I totally disagree with anybody saying that planes traveling at sonic speed that weigh hundreds of tons of weight, more than I do, could break steel. Of course they fucking could. Look what I've just done to this. I don't weigh anywhere near that, and my hands certainly don't weigh anywhere near that, and my fingers are not really that thick in comparison to this steel, right? But I can cause it damage. Imagine what a plane, a Boeing 747, could do to steel. It could easily cause damage to it and easily shake out the bolts too. I disagree. I think planes could easily cause enough structural damage to make these buildings fall. And plus the fact, people keep on missing this point. Steel doesn't need to break at high temperatures. You can break it at more or less any temperature if you have enough leverage on it. And I barely had any leverage on this in comparison to what the planes had. Right. So anyway, thank you for watching. Goodbye for now. See you later. Bye bye.